It's a beautiful thing to have your life transformed.
But the
Quran teaches, and I'm going to be honest here, and I know he's filming it, teaches you to hate and it teaches you to punish. And every time you turn over a few pages, you're frightened because Allah's going to punish you, or you're going to hate the Jews and the Christians. That's all. And the rewards, the sex. I'm telling you, brothers, there is no sex in paradise because it's a spiritual world. There is no necessity for sex. So all these nutters who go and kill people thinking they're going to get sex, you're out of your head. It's a spiritual world. Please understand this. Raise your intelligence. The spirit world does not have physical.
All right. Well, one thing I'd like to highlight. So you said that the Quran preaches hate. Now, have you read anywhere in specific that it preaches hate?
Yes.
Okay, could you give me one reference?
Okay. It's Surah 4. You open it up. I'm not good at the numbers, but you'll know. You turn it over. Surah 4. Yeah. Surah 4 tells you that if you've got a problem, brothers, you go to the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, and ask them. Because Muhammad and Allah knew that our scriptures are correct. They hadn't been changed in the days of Muhammad. They were correct. Think about it. You all keep saying, they've been changed. Muhammad didn't think so. Allah didn't think so.
But it still brings me back to the subject. Where did it actually create hate? So what's your definition of hate?
Right.
You know. First,
I'm going to tell you.
What's your actual definition of hate?
I'll tell you. Go on. So we've done that bit about going to the people of the book. So let's turn a few pages over. What does it say? Jews and Christians, pigs and apes.
Does it say that specifically?
Yes. Let me give you one more. This is my favourite. You're Hamish, that skunk that comes here and lies to the just before lockdown. I was walking along and I heard him saying it, and I confronted him. What he said was this: Surah 5:32. Surah 5:32. Brothers, this is what shows that Islam is a religion of peace. Really? Yes. Look what it says. I'm paraphrasing. If you kill, this is what we gave to the Hebrews. This is Allah speaking. We gave this to the Hebrews. If you kill one man, is this a Jew? Give us the quote, brother. When you kill one man, it's as if you've killed humanity. Do you know it all? Quote it for us, brother.
I can tell you in Hebrew, I can't tell you in English.
So I paraphrase again. Allah is telling Muhammad, if you kill one man, it's as if you've killed the whole of humanity. Hang on, let me finish what I'm saying. Muhammad said this.
One soul is as if he saved the whole world.
Yes, that carries on. Right. Now, this is Hamish is saying this. He's trying to show Muslims that Islam is a religion of peace, right? But he doesn't tell them what the next verse is. Do you know what the next verse says? Right. Allah says to Muhammad, if anybody goes against Allah and his prophet, cut their right hand off, left foot, crucify them. And when they get to Allah, he will do even worse. Show me that this is not hate speech.
Why are you going specific with the violent verses?
Right, you see? Because he asked me, brother. He asked me. I'm not going for it. He asked.
So you're saying that this is a hate speech, right?
Of course it is.
So let's get one thing clarified, right? So Allah is saying that obviously that he will do bad things upon someone who doesn't believe in it, right?
Goes against him or the
goes
prophet,
against him.
Because it's
Exactly
to put
right.
Muhammad equal to Allah. You all believe in
so
shirk.
So I've let you speak. Could you just let me speak?
Yeah, sure.
Right? I want to clarify a few things. So, are you a Christian, by the way? Yeah. You're a Christian, right? So, when it comes to Jesus, right? If anyone goes against the word of Jesus, how would you say that? If anyone wants to mock Jesus, go against the word of Jesus. How would you go about that?
I'll tell you. If you now, there's many people that go, as a swear word, they go, Jesus Christ, as blasphemy, right? Meaning a bad word. It hurts me But my God is big enough to defend his own battle. You today are a Muslim, I presume. And you are a Muslim, I presume.
Alhamdulillah.
It doesn't mean that in 6 months' time, a year, that you're still going to be a Muslim. So it's not for me to condemn you. I cannot judge you, brother. What you're saying today is because of how you've been nurtured and nature. I'm not condemning you. I don't because it's wrong. It's not wrong to me, brother. It's wrong to you. Because first and foremost, with respect, nobody knew the Quran. Secondly, the Quran contradicts itself continually.
Could you give one example of that?
Well, I just said.
One example.
You get these people on television, oh, the surah teaches peace. Yes, really, yes, look what it says. Muhammad says, or Allah says, if you want to know anything, go to the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians. But it don't turn over 3 or 4 pages and find where it says pigs and apes. That's a contradiction. So, do you know what the rule of abrogation is? Do you know what it is?
I have a good reference to that because that's something that I will follow up on.
Yeah, but let me
I'm not
just
too
ask you,
knowledgeable.
do you know-
But I can only speak from my own experience and my own knowledge,
brother,
which isn't
can you
too
give
much.
us some time,
But
Yeah, but I've got to clarify this because if you don't know, it's important. Do you know what the law of abrogation is? No. This was made by your scholars because there's so many contradictions in your Quran. How do we know what's the truth? Ask the people of the book, or they're pigs and apes. How do we know which is the right one? The one that was written last supersedes the one before. Brother, I'm not making this up. You've got to understand.
so this is something that you could easily take out of context. But the fact here that Allah said, okay, let me speak because I've let you speak. I've stayed quiet the whole time, right?
Yeah, go on.
So the fact that Allah has said that, this just describes the magnitude of how strong it is to be a believer, right? Whereas if we was to actually put that into practice, right? So what you're saying, you've taken it whole out of context.
No.
Because, wait, let me just finish, right? Then you can speak. So where Allah says He will cut off the foot or the hand, whatever, right, cool, I haven't gone into it in that much, but from what my
Surah
understanding,
5:33.
right? So from my understanding, that shows the magnitude, right, of how big and strong it is to be a believer, right? Because in like the way I see it, the whole reason the Quran was saying, you're saying that it's got contradictions, right?
Not
Now-
me. No, let's get it sorry, brother. It's not me that's saying it. Your
saying
scholars, because they had to make a law of abrogation.
Which scholar? Which scholar? If you don't mind me,
Go
'cause this is
back
something
and
I
look
can
it up.
reference.
It's been there for years.
Which scholar? Because
Brother, honestly, you please try and help yourself and help us. Christians do not come here to lie. We don't lie.
neither do we.
Yes, you
Neither
do.
No, we don't. No, we don't. So once again, right?
You do.
Let me clarify. Look,
You do. Your Allah is the greatest of deceivers. How can you say that?
Astaghfirullah. He's never the greatest of deceivers. If anything, he revealed the true word, right? Now, the thing is this, right? If you used to say that, right, that's just taking something out of context completely, right? Because
Surah 32 and Surah 33.
yeah,
They're next to each other,
Do you know what it is?
Contradicting
That's
each
your
other.
own interpretation, right? And that's fine,
It's
right?
contradiction. Do you not understand? Muhammad took that verse
It's not a contradiction.
from the
It's
Torah.
not- What
He
is it
took-
in a contradiction to, though?
Because he
What-
took the
how is
verse.
it a contradiction?
He took the verse from the Torah. He stuck it in the Quran.
Which verse from the Torah?
5:32.
Okay.
The one that says, if it's as if you killed the whole of humanity if you kill one person, or if you save one person, it's like you saved humanity.
Exactly. So right
But
there.
Allah
Can I stop you right there
claims
for a
that
second?
He gave it to the Hebrews, not the Muslims.
So
to
can
the
I stop you
Muslims,
right
He
there?
gave you chop the right hand off, left foot, crucify them, and when Allah gets them, He's going to inflict even more pain on them. Read it for yourselves.
So right there, right? You're saying it's not. You're saying it's not. A way of peace, right? So
Every week with a drama.
so
I'm a
right
drama
now.
queen.
So you're every week and you're acting out crucifixions.
Excuse me, it doesn't make me a bad person.
No, it don't. It don't.
So right. So right there, right? You said it's spiritual faith where you can clearly see, right, the magnitude of how killing someone can be like. It can be so effective, right? And it can be like obviously someone that there needs to be justice because the time where it says, right, and you know this yourself, said as if killing one man is it's as if killing whole of humanity, right? So there we go. That already describes the magnitude of how heavy killing someone could be, right? And how wrong it could be. Whereas if you save one person, you can save the whole of humanity, right? So that already there describes it, right? Now, on to the next verse, right? When you're saying chop the hands and the feet, right? Even then, right? Even then, let's say this is the case now, yeah? Let's say this is the case. Let's go with your interpretation. What is Allah saying? Chop the hands and the feet. Are we looking to kill? No. So there is a very big difference.
Crucified them. Do you know that
Does it say crucify them?
Brother, it says it. It says it in that verse. Brothers, do you know that crucifixion was the most barbaric form of death in the Roman times? Yeah, and they actually, what's the word? They did away with it because it was so barbaric. So barbaric. So, brother, look it up yourself. I come here. Look, I can't. I'm not good at remembering. Hang on. I'm not good remembering verses and numbers. So, my prayer is that when you lot go home, you will read something. Look at it yourself.
So let me make one point clear, right? And this is something that you were talking about before, which I wanted to clarify, because you were talking about a lot of things, right? Now, where you said every day, you wake up, you quote, sorry, which one was it?
Philippians 4.
Right. So you quote that, right? That's fine. Every day you wake up, you quote that, you pray that you feel good. But in the same way, I can say that every day I wake up, I do Fajr namaz and, I feel good. I feel good. I start off the day good. So when it comes to you saying you feel good because you've done something, I could exactly say the opposite, So, but what it comes down to, right? What it really comes down to is discovering the truth. Now, the thing is, right? And I've seen this a lot, right? When you approach the Quran with already that negative mindset and wait.
There's a man here. I don't know who he is.
Not negative, right? But when you close it with a closed
them their own Quran.
See, he's not letting me finish. He's not letting me finish. He's not letting me finish. Let me finish. I'll be less than a minute. I've let you spoken on for a few minutes, right? So let me tell you one thing, right? And this is the way I look at it. If you're going to look at the Quran, you have to look at it with an open heart, because this is unlike any other book, right? It's unlike any other book. Even in the times of the Arabs,
It's a book that is so mixed up that none of you, with respect, nobody has said to me their favourite verse. Do you know how many people worldwide? Do you know? Yeah, and I respect that. I respect that. And do you know how many people worldwide can actually recite the Quran? Do you know how many people?
How many people? How many what people? Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4 people in the world that can recite the Quran. Yet your scholars here all claim that we've
Where did you get this from? Where did you get this from?
From scholars. Brother,
From
this
scholars.
is... Brother, there's
What scholar? But because you can bring
so-
Quran, I can read it here today, right now, in Arabic. It's not a problem. I can recite it.
Quote it. Recite it all.
Quote it.
You can recite the whole
I can
Quran.
recite it in Arabic, not the whole Quran, no. Oh, so you're saying the whole... So are you saying the whole Quran, what, by memory? Yeah, there are people in this world...
Four.
Yeah, and it's different, isn't it?
There's only 4. There's only 4. Show me in your Quran where... Brother, show me in your Quran where it says to write it down, to write the Quran down. Show me.
What has that got to do with anything?
Well, why have you got a written Quran when you shouldn't have it? Nobody said to have it. Allah didn't tell you to write it down. Muhammad didn't tell you.
It's completely
Where-
irrelevant. Oh, okay, so who wrote the Bible then? Who wrote the Bible?
Inspiration of God.
Inspiration of God. And we can say
Because you claim the Quran was written in heaven as a book and handed down.
it was spoken, right? It was verbally. It was revealed.
Exactly,
It was
right.
revealed.
So
revealed is different.
And
Revealed
you know,
and written
you
down
just
is one
reminded
thing.
me of a very
Two
good
different
question. May I ask you a sensible question? Okay. It says in the Quran, I'm going to add there because I can't remember the exact quotation, but Allah recited the Quran in heaven. Right? Who did he recite it to?
Where is this from? Like, I mean,
Well, that's what it says.
where does it say this?
It says Allah recited the Quran in heaven. So, who was he? Now, this is just a sensible question. I hope you agree.
All right, now I'm going to be straight up with you. This is something that I haven't got knowledge of. So I'll be straight up and say, this is something I'd have to look into myself.
Isn't that a good question, though?
Yeah, it's good. This is something that I will look up. You know. However, it doesn't change anything. The fact that the way I've seen living what I've seen, right, and the way we live as Muslims, and not these extremists. You know, because everyone likes to take things out of context, right? Everyone likes to take things out of context, right? So I might be going a bit off point now here, yeah? But this is because I don't have no knowledge about the question you asked me, right? I'm going to be upfront.
Okay, forget that
right?
question.
So I'm just having a conversation. One thing I want to clarify, you know, like a lot of people take, you know, Muslims or what they do is out of context. Just because someone claims to be Muslim and they do something extreme, the whole of Islam, right? The whole of Islam is literally like there's a bad mouth put upon them, right? So it comes out of context where I can say the same thing. If a Christian does something bad, am I gonna judge the whole of Christians? Say, oh, all the Christians are bad? No, I'm not gonna say that.
Answer this.
You know, no, I'm not
like
gonna
you
say
did.
that.
You know, I told you not all of us are like that.
Not all of us are like
But
that.
can I answer what he just said? Now, hopefully you will appreciate that it's a good answer or question. How is it from the time of Muhammad to now you are warring with each other and with other people?
Warring is always
You
happening.
haven't stopped.
Warring is always
But you haven't
happening.
stopped.
What do you mean you haven't stopped?
Mistakes, like Christians have been warring with each other for years.
We're humans.
Yeah, but Muhammad tells you.
How long Christians been warring each other inside Christianity? Come on.
No, we don't fight each other inside Christianity.
There hasn't been no fights inside Christianity.
What do you?
No fights.
No, there was a time when
Nations like England and Spain, when they
there was a time when the West broke away from the true church because of Henry VIII wanted to marry yet another woman, so therefore he wanted to break away because the Pope had said to him, you can't do it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That was over a secular thing.
they fight each other.
Not really, no, brother, no. But you Muslims fight each other continually. And you're still fighting each
Where's
other.
this?
Where? It could be kicking off with Iran and Iraq now.
That's nations. That's nations.
Yeah, but then, like, the way you're saying that, Iraq, Iran, yeah, that's nations. Literally. It's like the same thing, you know, like, it's like UK with
Germany and Great Britain, they're two Christian countries. When they went to World War I, wasn't that a war?
Yes, but that wasn't a Christian war, brother.
Yeah, but again, that's like
Yeah, but
me saying
it's not an Islamic war then.
Yeah.
It's not an Islamic war
Yeah,
then.
but
Iraq
hang
and
on.
Iran. That's a war between nations, war between man. Not for the sake of God, not for the sake of Allah, but for the sake of man, because man has what? Man is corrupted. We
Yes,
easily know this.
I agree
right?
with this.
So end of the day, like I said before, just because what a certain individual does or a certain group, it doesn't mean that you can say, oh, all Muslims are like this or all Muslims are violent. No, it doesn't make sense, you know? So it's the same way where we don't judge Christians
Your
on one
phraseology
bad
is
thing.
wrong, brother, and I've got to correct you. I don't claim all Muslims are violent, but I do
I'm not
claim...
saying that you have,
No,
but
no,
I'm
no,
just saying
no.
it's seen in
I
this world
understand,
today,
we're having a conversation, but I do claim that the Quran teaches you to be violent.
No, I disagree with that. However, that's your own interpretation. If that's the way you like to see it, then
Do you
that's
know
the way
how
you like
many
to see it.
verses are missing?
What do you
you
mean
know
by
about
missing?
that? I
What
was
do you mean
gonna-
by missing?
Missing? Well, Aisha claims that Surah 5 is one about the breast sucking. I can't remember the surah now.
And where was this mentioned? Have you
In
got
the
a
hadith?
reference?
Yeah, hadith.
In the
Yeah,
hadith.
yeah.
It's like, so we've also got hadiths in order to like go into more detail about how the way we should actually live our life, right? So the hadith is also a part of what we believe, you know, and something that we follow, right? In order to, in example, right? The Quran teaches us to give zakat, to give charity, right? The hadith will go more in
Next
detail.
time I
how to
come, I will remember that there's one surah. There are 200 minimum verses missing from one surah, and it was as long as Surah 2. It was as long as Surah 2. Brother, we don't come here to upset you. We come here to show.
we come here to have a conversation.
We
right?
come here to have, and to say to you, look, we believe in this, and I'm happy for Muslims to ask me about Christianity. But the difference is when I ask you about Islam and about surahs, you don't know about these things.
Yeah, I don't know about certain of the surahs, but from what my understanding so
Do
far,
you know?
I'm a Muslim by choice.
Every single,
Do you know every single verse of the Bible?
No, but I don't claim to, brother.
So we don't need to claim it. We don't. So, no, I haven't claimed it. I said I'm not knowledgeable from the beginning, right?
Islam. Yeah, but Islam is supposed to be held
double
together
standard.
by narration. By narration. No. And there's a guy, his name's Masood. Do you know Masood? Have you heard of Masood? It's not Ibn Masood. It's what's the other title you give him? Masood. No, Masood. It's not Ibn Masood. Maybe it is. Anyway, this guy, at the time of Muhammad, after Muhammad, said the Quran should only have 111 surahs. 111. He says 3 were added. Thank you. See, I'm not lying, brother. I haven't got a good memory.
Because he said, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ is dua. Just dua. After the Sahaba, they tell him this is not correct. This Quran. Okay? And he accepts.
Okay. But, then that leads me on to Uthman, that burnt 6,000 or 600,000 documents and Qurans and everything else to get the one Quran. That leads me on to 1924, Egypt. You know about the university there, do you?
I'm not that knowledgeable.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
In the University of Egypt, Cairo, they are teaching Islamic studies.
Okay.
So they said to the students, bring your Qurans in. They all brought the Qurans in, and they were all different. 1924. So they thought, what can we do? They decided to have the Hafs Quran. So they got all the other Qurans and they threw them in the Nile. But let me tell you about Hafs. Does anybody here know anything about Hafs? No. Hafs was at the time of Muhammad, and he was called a liar and a thief. It's interesting. Why? And that's why there's no... Let me just finish, brother, and you can... I've nearly finished. There is no hadiths by Hafs. But why was he called a liar and a thief? He was called a liar because the Jews would come to him and give him stories, and he would then recite them as if it was his stories. So that was why he was called a liar. Why was he a thief? Because he would ask people for a book, they would lend the book, and he wouldn't give it back. Brothers, I'm not making this up. I get this from Islamic texts.
Wait. Hafiz is a student from others. Time the Hafiz knew Yahud absolutely in Medina or Mecca. Hafiz was in Medina. He studied in Medina. And Jew was absolutely that time in 216. And why you say he studied from a Jew?
He was given, brother, I'm reciting to you your historical documents.
Let me say something. You're a Christian.
Yes.
You believe in the Old Testament. Yes?
Actually, are you a Christian?
No, I'm Muslim.
Okay. That's
You
okay.
believe in the Old Testament.
When you say, you see this guy, this is where the stupidity of your imams is. Let's just watch this.
Did you answer the question?
Yes.
Go on then.
Watch this. Watch this.
He's nice.
There's no need for the ad hominems, right? We're just having a conversation.
Okay.
We've been calm.
Yeah, with you. But when a smart aleck comes up, right?
Why am I smart?
Right. Okay. When you say, "Do I believe in the Old Testament?" What do you mean?
Do you believe in the Old Testament?
What do you mean?
It's a simple question. Answer yes or no.
Believe what, brother?
This Christian brother guy claims that there's only 4 people that know the Quran in the whole world.
This is my point about the Old Testament.
Right.
You believe Jesus received a new covenant. Yes? But yet, you still believe in the Old Testament, which was the initial covenant with
You
the
see,
people of Israel.
I told you he was stupid.
Yes or no?
I told you he's stupid because he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's come here as the expert.
Who
Who
said
said I believe in the Old Covenant and I believe in the New Covenant? You don't know what you're talking about, brother. Go away. Perhaps come back next week when you've understood what you're trying to say. But I'm not going to help you figure it out, right? Because you're confused, you need to understand about the Old Covenant. Jesus came and fulfilled the Old Covenant.
Can I speak now?
Fulfilled it.
Can I speak
Not
now?
to take it away,
Can I
but
speak
to
now?
fulfill it.
Can I
And in
speak
the
now?
Old Covenant it says,
Can I speak now?
if you have
Can I
adultery, this is against God. It's a punishment.
You called me an
so,
idiot.
So,
a smart aleck.
yeah.
stupid, and I asked him 2 questions.
So Jesus said, I say to you that if you even look at a woman adulterously,
Yeah, it's adultery.
it's adultery. So he took the old covenant even higher, that nobody can follow it. But anyway, you're very confused, brother, and you should go back to your imam and bring your imam here to discuss
So I'm confused, I'm stupid, and I'm a smart aleck.
Well, what else can I say?
Give him a chance to respond.
Based on only 2 questions that I asked you.
He came trying to trap me.
Where-
Don't you understand?
where-
I've heard all this nonsense
Well,
before.
yeah. No. It's not a trap. It's an explanation.
Let the guy explain himself.
It's an explanation.
Right.
Okay. So like a Christian would believe, Jesus came with a new covenant. Okay.
Came with a new covenant.
Yes,
Yes, I prefer that.
with a
Yeah.
new covenant,
Yeah.
yes?
Instead of
Okay.
saying he was given a new covenant. Okay, yeah, go
He
on.
came with a new covenant.
He came with a new covenant.
Okay, but
Right.
yet you still believe in the old covenant to a certain extent, whereby parts of it was abrogated by Jesus.
Which was abrogated.
Parts like the law. Like the
The
law.
law wasn't abrogated. Where'd you get this from?
So
Where'd
Christians,
you get this from?
so the law of eating pork is fine. The law of being
See,
circumcised is fine.
I knew
Yeah.
that his rabbi,
No.
I knew his imam
No.
was a fool.
No.
I knew that his imam was a
No.
fool. You know why?
Can I finish?
You know why? Because these laws he's talking about, brother. Do you want to listen and learn? Do you want to learn? There's part truth, but there's a lot of confusion. You see, the Jews, the Hebrews, had come out of Egypt, and had been slaves for 400 years. 400 years. They'd forgotten all their roots. So God gave them laws to mould them into a people. Those laws, what he's talking about, that you mustn't mix the cotton with the wool, and mustn't eat pork, and mustn't do this, and you mustn't do that. That was to mould them into a people that were obedient to God. That was for the Jews, the Hebrews. The 10 Commandments is for everybody. But those laws, what I would say are minor laws, were for those people of that time. But this guy, from his imam, has been told, go out and say this guy, you should go back and tell
What
him he's a
imam?
fool.
What imam?
And tell him to come
So-
here and talk to us.
so, this is
Come,
a-
let him come here. Let him come here
I've
and tell us.
afforded you time. Please allow me the courtesy and afford me time.
Yeah, but
to-
you
to
mustn't talk
communicate.
nonsense,
No,
brother.
Sorry, I respect your ideas and your views.
Yeah, but it's
Allow
not ideas. This
allow
is historical
allow me,
evidence.
Allow me to finish my point of view and then make your determination. You're not letting me finish.
Because it's nonsense.
You're not allowing me to
I've
finish.
heard,
So-
brothers, I've
So I
heard this
speak
nonsense
nonsense.
so
I'm
many
a
times.
fool.
You have to understand,
I'm
right?
stupid.
But how many
This
times?
whole time. Listen, even after the insults you've given him, he's still been humble and he's still been peaceful, right?
It's not humble.
He hasn't
It's not humble.
It's not being
Brothers,
humble. He's asking
brothers,
questions,
I've
right?
heard this nonsense
If he's got
so many
questions, then
times.
exactly. So it shouldn't bother you by now.
So many times. It's nonsense.
If anything,
So many
listen, right now,
times.
it's a bad look on you because it
Don't
looks
let him
like he's trying
divert.
to avoid it.
Speak to me, brother. If you want to speak to me, speak to me. My point is this. There are parts of the old covenant that you don't accept.
No, you see, that guy
You just said it.
Because he's telling me, without me knowing, what I don't accept. I mean, where are you coming
Explain
from?
to me then
Have you
what
ever had a civilized conversation with
With
anyone?
you, yes, I have.
Well, anybody, because he's telling me
By
what
the
I
way,
understand.
by the
and
way-
he's telling me that. It's
By the
like me
way-
saying to you, this is what you believe about Muhammad.
By the way-
you can't have a conversation
By
like
the way-
that. You can't have a conversation
Yeah,
like that.
and that's a trap. You know why? How do you like it? And that was a trap and you fell for it. You know why? I'm stupid. I'm
Yes,
foolish.
but you're carrying on and
I'm
you're
an idiot.
You're digging the
Now,
hole
how
deeper.
do you like it?
I
You
don't
like
mind
do
it
you?
because it's come
now,
from you.
afford me the same respect as you would want someone to afford
you're
you.
telling me
Okay.
what I believe in. Do you not understand? That is not the way to have a discussion.
Exactly, that's my point. That's what you were doing to me. I'm foolish. I have an imam
Would you-
who feeds me
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
Exactly.
You're standing here and you've heard it. Do you honestly believe that was his intention? Or do you believe he was going to have a continual dialogue about me?
Dialogue? Where's the dialogue? You speak to him about me. Speak to me
But there's
about
no
me.
point, brother. I've said to you, go away, research what you want to say, and come back next week. Yeah, Yeah, because you're confused.
Why am I confused? Tell me where am I
I
confused?
can't. I'm not here to teach you. This brother.
You
is
made the
respect-
claim.
And this brother
You
is
made the claim
respectfully
substantiated.
talking.
You
These
made the
are
claim
respectfully
substantiated.
talking. And
You
that's
made
what
the
we were
claim
doing.
substantiated.
But you are what we call
You
a
made it.
spoiler.
You do it again.
come
You made
into
a claim
conversations to
substantiated.
spoil it.
You made a claim substantiated. Why am I
About what?
confused?
Which
Why am I confused? You made a claim
Do you not feel
substantiated.
you're confused?
Why am I
Do you
confused?
not feel confused?
Why am I confused?
Do you not feel confused?
Why am I confused?
No, do you not feel
Don't divert.
No,
Why am
do
I
you not
confused?
feel confused?
Why am I confused?
Because you don't know what you're talking about.
Tell me exactly what I said,
Well,
whereby
you
I don't know what I'm
started
talking
off-
about.
You started off by saying you don't believe in parts of the Old Testament. How do you know what I believe? Who are you to impose what I believe?
That's my point. How are you to impose the same without knowing me, without finishing my argument? That I'm foolish.
Because your argument from the outset, from your outset, your argument is flawed. Do you not understand this?
Show me how it's flawed.
Brother, I'm not here to teach you
Show me how it's
apologetics.
flawed.
I'm having a conversation with these people, and anybody
Show
that
me
wants to
how
have a
it's flawed.
conversation, I'm happy to have a conversation.
I think I'm
You're
about done
here-
here, but I'm gonna go have a quick smoke. And then...
Brother, nice talking to you.